Alright, what is going on, everyone out there on YouTube? Welcome to the video. My name is Brando Linick, and welcome. This is going to be a conversation, just a candid conversation on how to start a credit card business. And the reason why I want to talk about this is really because I'm going to share with you some really critical information that you have to know when it comes to building a business, but doing so in a way that works for you rather than against you to help you get the results that you want. My experience with this goes back over the last 3 years, having started some different types of businesses. Some of them, actually most of them absolutely failed. Some of those businesses did work, and I'll tell you, dealing with the infrastructure of a credit card company, a credit card business, dealing with some of the legal obligations that you have to go through and the qualifications you have to go through with it, it's like 10 times more of a headache. Alright, having gotten around people who've done it, it's 10 times more of a headache than dealing with just supplies, equipment, employees, office space, and then operating that on a monthly basis, your expenses with that. And that's exactly what I dealt with, alright, all that overhead. And with a credit card company, because you're dealing with financial, and you're dealing with government, you're dealing with regulations, you're dealing with different things you need, and like I said, it can be a real headache. And I want to keep this video as simple as possible without trying to over-confuse you and overwhelm you. And I figured I'd just share with you, if you're looking at starting a credit card business because you're really just wanting to be your own boss, alright, if you're looking at it because you want to create time, freedom, leverage, and flexibility, if that is really what you're looking for, I've got a lead I want to give you in this video. I want to throw your way here before you head down that path and start a credit card business. Before you walk down that path, if you hear me out here for a minute, alright, if you're looking to start a business because you want to create true leverage and flexibility where you can afford what you're passionate about but also have the time freedom to enjoy it, the tip I want to give you, alright, is what happened to me going back just over a year ago, when I came in contact with a person who was building a business without that upfront overhead of dealing with supplies, equipment, employees, and all the legal obligations and headaches of what you'd have to go through with a credit card company, because like I said, you're dealing with credit cards, financial, government, and it can be a hassle. And then you got to deal with the workload associated with operating the business on a monthly basis. And it's just, it can be nutty, okay? I'm just warning you here. I'm trying to save you a lot of blood, sweat, and tears and late nights. So I came across this person who wasn't dealing with any of that, okay? They weren't creating their own products and services. They weren't shipping and handling. They weren't bugging their friends and family or doing luncheons or meetings with people to build their business. They were building their business and making a high multiple 6-figure income, 7-figure income almost, working on the internet, building a business on the internet, and having the leverage to literally travel, pick up and travel and go anywhere where they wanted and live there for like 6 months period of time until they got bored and pick up and go somewhere else and live. And because they were doing this and working right from their computer wherever there's internet access, it was attractive to me, making more money every month than I was making in a whole like 2 years. So I started to do that with their permission, model and copy them. Less than 30 days later, not average, not typical results, I had to work my butt off. I had to learn some things like you'd have to learn and work your butt off in any traditional business, but I was able to create a full-time income business working part-time, and I share that with you to share with you what's possible because I decided not to be average or typical. And if you're looking at starting a credit card business because you want to create a business that's highly profitable, but you want to do so in a way that creates true leverage and flexibility and time freedom, the best thing you could learn how to do is build a business online. I would suggest that you look into it and seriously consider building a business on the internet before you consider starting a credit card company, because dealing with the overhead that's associated with it, and not just that overhead, the legal obligations and things you have to maintain on a monthly basis, all those expenses and more, and workload associated with it, it can be a headache, alright? Literally, you can actually get headaches doing it, and you're working harder than your employees sometimes, longer than your employees. It can be tough, and like I said, before you head down that path, seriously learn the skills required to building a business on the internet. Only if you're looking at creating a business that creates time freedom, leverage, flexibility, where you can do what you want when you want, alright? So, my friend, that's just my tip, that's my 2 cents, and I'll leave you with this. There's so much noise out there online. I know you're aware of this. On YouTube as well, there's a lot of noise when it comes to business, online business. I would advise you, instead of going through every bit and piece of information, you don't have to know everything, and the best thing you could do to shorten your learning curve is connect with someone who's building a business on the internet. Connect with someone who's building a business online, who's willing to connect with you. That way you don't have to try and figure things out yourself and reinvent the wheel, if that makes sense. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed this. It's been fun. I look forward to seeing your success story, and make sure, if you want to learn more about how to build a business on the internet, if you're coachable, trainable, you've got that drive, you're hungry, alright, connect with me on my site. Check it out. It's 123marketingtips.com. I'll put the link in the description below. And I appreciate you, and I'll see you on the beaches of the world.